Good morning. Today's video is going to be a little bit different than my normal videos. I decided I'm going to go ahead and try to do a story time with you guys. I have a lot of stories to tell, but today's story time is actually going to be about a good memory that me and my family had. May 23rd, 2015. My family and I decided to go to Disney World. Dreams come true. And we have been planning this trip for about almost a year. We were a little nervous about going because we were supposed to go with a big group of people, but at the last minute, everybody bailed on us. So it's just me, my husband, and our 3 children. My husband and I had to drive down there and take turns. Get from Kansas to Florida. First, I drove and got us to Illinois. And then when we got to Illinois from Kansas, my husband took over. This is our road trip to Disney World. Right now, we're in Illinois, coming from Kansas. Looks like we got about... Well, we're going to Georgia first to stay with Aunt Vivian. And we got about 7 hours and 46 minutes to her house. He drove us all the way to Atlanta. Now, in Atlanta, his aunt lived there. So we got to her house once we got to Atlanta. And we stayed overnight. She was so welcoming. I mean, she gave us food. She made us breakfast. She played games with the kids. She even taught my oldest daughter, Reagan, how to hula hoop. And Reagan learned how to hula hoop while we were in Atlanta that summer. Okay, Reagan.
So, Rihanna?
Reagan, start over. Let's get you again. Reagan then became a professional hula hooper.
I like that little sandals. Little gladiator sandals.
Hurry up and take a picture. I can't do it backwards.
He said spin it faster.
Watch your hands. Watch your hands.
Now she got so nervous.
Turn around.
No.
You had it just a moment ago.
Your nails look so cute. You gotta put little dots on the big
People
toe.
are in the way.
Did you take that up with
Mommy.
Okay, go Reagan.
Okay, Mommy.
You got a flower? Oh, that's so pretty.
Uh-oh.
Thank you.
Hold on.
No, you didn't learn how to hula hoop.
You done hurt his feelings.
He like, man, what's up? Look at her go. You didn't learn how to hula hoop.
I don't.
Once we got back on the road, I drove the 6 hours from Atlanta to Florida. But give me just one moment. Let me back up. Before we got to Aunt Vivian's house, let me just tell you, the scenery on our way down there was so beautiful. So the route we took, we went, of course, through Illinois. So first off, we went through Missouri, we went through Illinois, and then I think we went to Kentucky, Tennessee, and then we ended up in Atlanta. And then from Atlanta, of course, from Georgia, we of course got to Florida. And that's my nosy husband driver who running his mouth back here. Here's Randy's. Reagan and Rihanna, put your hands up. Whoop, whoop, whoop. And here's me. Hopefully I don't look scary. So we had to drive through the Smoky Mountains. And I would say before we even took the trip, I had looked up all this research about the Smoky Mountains. I even looked up videos on YouTube of people driving through the Smoky Mountains because I heard that the Smoky Mountains were just so scary to drive through. But I have to say, once we actually drove through the Smoky Mountains, it was so beautiful. Yes, at night it was scary, very scary, but I mean, it was just, the Smoky Mountains were beautiful. All the bridges that we crossed and everything was just so beautiful. And it was nice riding in the car, spending time with my family. The children, what I did was I packed up a lot of things for them to do, because just think about it. Kids that young on an 18-hour road trip is a disaster, or it can be a disaster. But we ended up doing really good. So I packed up my kids. I went to the Dollar Tree first off. I got some bags, and I packed in their bags their tablets, coloring books. I put snacks in there for them. I put just a lot of different activities in each of their bags. I labeled it and personalized each bag for my children, and that was probably the best thing that I could have done. We also had in our rental car a cooler full of food and drinks. But how we did the drinks was, with the drinks, we didn't allow them to drink anything until we were within an hour of our next stop, because we didn't want to be stopping every 30 to 40 minutes for a restroom break. I also had my portable DVD player that had two screens, and we attached them to the back seats of our rental car, and the kids watched movies over and over, just different movies. We bought 1,000,001 Disney movies with us, and the kids watched those the whole time on the way there. I'm back in the house. It got too sunny outside. So then after we left Atlanta, I remember seeing all these beautiful palm trees as we drove into Florida. And I never been to Florida before in my life, but seeing all those beautiful palm trees, it was just like, wow.
Prepare to exit on the right. Right turn.
Right there.
Was what was hot now on the heat. And this is what was hot then. Approaching slight right turn followed by a left turn. Approaching left turn on Turtle K Circle.
Huh? stop and stop sign. So the first night we got into our hotel, I think we sat around the table because there's a picture of me with the kids sitting around the table with my selfie stick, and then took a picture. We ate, my husband and I, we ordered some pizza, so we ate some pizza, and we just kind of chilled. But we didn't want the first night there to be boring. I mean, we got there pretty late, so we didn't go into Disney World the first night we got into Orlando. What we did was we just went to the pool at our hotel. So I think I went and got changed into my swimwear. The kids went and got changed. When I came out, my husband was knocked out on the bed. He was tired. So me and the kids, I let them know we were going down to the pool, and we left him in the room sleep. So we get down to the pool, and me and the kids just have a wonderful time down at the pool. I mean, we bought our little pool floats. There, the hotel, they were playing a movie, so some of the people were watching a movie. But me and the kids, we kind of just swam around on the little kiddie pool area, and we had a good time doing that the first night we were there in Florida. But we didn't want to stay up too late because we knew the next day we had to be in Florida. I mean, we had to be at Disney World. And we were going to get up and try to be there as soon as it opened, which I believe it opened up at about 9 a.m. This is the view from our hotel balcony. That's the pool area, I guess. That's another building over there. Palm trees. And it's just me and Randy, little Randy. Say hi. It's morning time. Ready to eat breakfast? Want to eat? He just woke up, so he's a little upset, but he'll have fun later. He'll feel better after he eats, won't you? Everybody else is asleep. It's just us two up, ain't it? Well, maybe just me. He looks still sleepy. Say hi. That I never knew about Disney parks. It took like three different methods of transportation in order to get into Disney Park. So like when we first got there, we drove in with our car. We paid I believe at the time it was $17 for parking. So we parked our car. A shuttle came and picked us up along with a lot of other people. So we got picked up on the shuttle. I think we all couldn't sit with each other. Like, I sat on one end and my husband and the kids sat in front of me. Well, that was cool because I got some cute pictures. So then after we got off the shuttle, we got on, we had an option to take a boat or, I don't know if it was like a tram it was, I can't remember what it was, but we had an option to take 2 different ways to get to the gate of the park. So we decided to take the little tram into the park.
Welcome aboard the Walt Disney World Express Monorail, our highway in the sky to the Magic Kingdom. For those of you standing, please hold on to the handrails throughout our journey and stay clear of the doors. For the comfort of others, no smoking, please. Thank you.
The tram was like roller coaster, basically. It wasn't as extravagant and as dramatic as a roller coaster, but it was a pretty fast ride where we were flying and falling all over it. But it took us right to the gate of the park. I remember having to walk in the security entrance and everything like that. And then when we got through there, we walked in to Disney World for the first time. And the moment that I stepped into, because we went to the Magic Kingdom first, the moment that I stepped into the Magic Kingdom, it took my breath away. It was so beautiful.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the Magic Kingdom, where dreams come true.
Oh, Minnie, don't you think we ought to wait for Mickey?
Oh, don't worry. He's on his way, and he's bringing a big surprise.
I mean, going into Disney World for the first time, it was just so amazing. I remember my kids, they got on the spinning teacups. Reagan. We rode on the Dumbo ride. We did the Indiana Jones ride. I mean, the Indiana Jones ride, I think it was in Hollywood Studios, which was the next day. But we did so much while we were at Disney World. We had the fast passes, which were cool. Didn't cost anything extra, but it allowed us to skip ahead in line. You just had to be there at a certain time in order to skip ahead. Otherwise, you lose your spot. We got the girls, these little bubble guns that shoot out bubbles. I'm recording it. Go, Reagan.
Oh, yikes.
Excuse me, my camera tipped over. Rihanna! Randy! Reagan! Rihanna! other favorite rides that we got on was the Little Mermaid ride. I love the Little Mermaid, so this was really cool. Now this ride was really colorful, full of excitement, and really fun. I think I liked it a lot more than the kids did. But, I mean, we were out taking pictures with our camera and trying to capture all the cute little things they had displayed up there. And the kids were really excited about it and enjoyed everything. So, yeah, I think this was probably, again, one of my favorite rides that we went on while we were there. Oh, did I mention this is probably one of my favorite songs in the movie The Little Mermaid, Under the Sea? I don't know why, it's just one of those timeless type of movies and songs.
Listen to me. Stay seated in your clamshell while I get to the bottom of this.
Now, one of my other favorite things was the light show at Disney World. It was called Wishes, and I just thought it was very beautiful. There were a lot of lights. Everyone was standing out there, and everyone knew that they were going to be showing them at a certain time. So we all kind of gathered around, and we just watched the show, and it was just really nice. Look at that.